Hello and happy December 11th. Welcome again to the Friday Wrap. You'll never guess where I'm filming from today, which I'll explain right at the end. It was another very busy week around the village, starting last Saturday, of course, very early in the morning. They had the Breakfast with Santa, sponsored by the Kiwanis Club over at the Gower West Elementary School. That was all Saturday morning. By the time I got there, they had already served like 600 meals. That was incredible. You can tell by the pictures it was a lot of fun. And thank you, Russ Smith, for helping coordinate that, as well as Leroy Hansen, who's also in the picture, and you might also recognize Levon Campbell. In addition, last Saturday there was a book signing for Jim Fox. It was over at Barber's Bookstore. As I mentioned to you last week, he held a special book signing for his new book called I Love Annuities and You Should Too. He has gotten some great press from ABC, from CBS, from Reuters, Bloomberg Business Week, etc. And you know what? The way I figure it, there should be somebody in the family that knows all about that stuff. That's exactly why I gave the book to my wife to read. So hopefully somebody in your family will be able to read that as well. In addition, this past week, it was very, very busy around the village, mostly around Christmas events, and many of them political. The Downers Grove Township Republicans had a Reagan Day dinner over at the Ashiana's banquet hall in Downers Grove. That was very, very well attended. Governor Rauner was the featured speaker, but also attended by the Lieutenant Governor, as well as the Comptroller, Leslie Munger, as well as Jim Durkin, Kirk Dillard. They were a lot of the politicos were there on that evening. It was very well attended. And I heard that the governor liked to take selfies, and I actually took one with him. His arms are longer, so I had him take the picture. That was kind of a neat one too. But I hope you enjoy those pictures. In addition, I was at a prayer breakfast. First time I've attended that up in, I'm not quite West Chicago, or it was in Villa Park, up at the Indian Lakes Resort, the Hilton. There was over about 1,000 people that attended there. It was non-denominational. It was a very well attended, including some singing, which I'll try to include a link to that. But once again, I had a chance to see the Lieutenant Governor over there as well. Also attending there with me was trustees Tony Schiappa and Al Paveza. In addition, this week I ended up over at the Kiwanis. I was invited to their Christmas lunch over at the Park District. Thanks again to Russ Smith and Levon Campbell, Jim Pikowski, who runs the Park District. And we even had a Burr Ridge business. You can see in the picture Chris Fauski from the Fauski company over on 83rd Street. You might recognize that as how do you put it? I asked him if he does some nuclear stuff over there, and he does. Actually, he's not really testing. He said we blow things up so other people don't have to. And I'm looking to get a tour over there. He actually got the Member of the Year award from the Kiwanis. That was nice to meet him as well. Then I was off this week over to the DuPage Mayor's Managers. Had a breakfast with Chairman Dan Cronin over at the. This is actually over in Lombard, I think it was, or Glen Ellen. The actual breakfast was at. I, along with probably 25 other mayors from DuPage County, had a wonderful Christmas breakfast with Chairman Dan Cronin of DuPage County, where we also had a chance to share what the latest was with our village, with all of our villages, and it's amazing how much you can learn from your peers. So, other than that, I also want you to know that, remember I mentioned last week where the House our legislature had passed for the local government funding. They had passed it, encouraging the state to release all the funds they've been holding for everything from 911. To the motor fuel tax, etc. That was all approved by the Senate this week, which will affect the village, our village, tremendously, and other villages even more. Now, back to where I'm at. I am actually standing inside the old Quality Inn, you might recognize on South Frontage Road. It is going to be the new Crowne Plaza, Southwest Chicago, located at Burr Ridge. Kind of a long name. I'm going to introduce the owner, general manager, Big Kahuna, to tell us a little bit about it. Sanjay, how are you?
Good, Mickey. How are you?
Good. Well, this is the second time I've been here, but this is really exciting. I don't know of anything. That's going to affect really the curb appeal for the village from I-55, then the renovation, the updating of your hotel. We're so excited about it. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Sure. Well, as you drive down 55, if you look down on the south side, right before or after, I guess, County Line Road, you'll see that the hotel is now closed and it's being completely renovated. The renovation is going to consist of a major facelift, both on the exterior and as well as the interior. New toilets, sinks, removing some bathtubs. It's going to be quite an extensive renovation that's going to take place, and we're looking to be completed in the April-May timeframe, and it's going to be quite impressive.
I know we're standing inside your conference room right now, and even this was just recently updated, but you're still going to renovate it additionally from here. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. In this room, we actually renovated the entire room back in 2013. We're actually going to be redoing the walls and the carpet. This hotel, once completed, is going to be more of a upscale luxury boutique feel hotel. Everything is custom. I have picked out a majority of the stuff myself, in fact, and it's going to be quite resilient when it's all done. As I've spoke to several people throughout the years in the community, everyone seems to have had a story about this property, whether they got married or they were here for a wedding block or somehow snuck into the pool. Well, the hotel essentially is going to be hustling and bustling like it once was back when it opened up, and I know throughout the 70s and 80s it was
the place to be.
The place
That's
to be.
Right.
I've heard several stories from people in the bar, and I think people, once they come back in, they're going to be thoroughly impressed and shocked with what they see.
Well, I know I am, especially I know it's on the outside. There's you're getting rid of some balconies, putting in some special windows. I know that's one of the most exciting things I think I know of is the new windows up front, which will be excellent for heating, air conditioning, new look, new facade. But thank you very much for what you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you
on this fantastic project, and I hope you have a lot of fun for the holidays. Merry Christmas.
Likewise.
I hope you have a phenomenal New Year.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks again for joining me. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.